Hey everyone, it is time to do the 2 scoops bench pillow as a group project. Tell me, are you ready? Hey everyone, Cristin Som here, eating some ice cream. And we are going to start on the 2 scoops bench pillow. So let's go over some of the basics. So what you'll need is the machine embroidery CD that has the CD in it and that has all of the designs on it. So that is obviously required. And then the fabric kit, it's so cute. I've already cut mine all up, so there's actually nothing in here. But it comes with the backing and all of the super cute fabrics for our entire pillow. And these items are available from our sponsor, My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. So they also made a thread kit for us. And the thread kit is Hemingworth thread in super pretty different thread colors. So cute. I believe they also have a glide one, but they made this one special for us. So it's going to be really, really cute. So fun threads. I've never used Hemingworth before, so I'm really excited about these. So thread kit is optional. It sure makes it easy though. So it makes it so you don't have to sit there and figure out all of your threads versus the fabrics. It's already got everything in here. So that makes it very easy. Sorry, I'm getting a message. So then the other thing that you need is your embellishment kit. The embellishment kit has all of the felts and the leathers and that really cute music box. Oh my gosh, so cute. So I only have a few of the embellishment items in my kit because on the days that we use the various leather and felts and so forth, I have those already separated into their boxes. So what I do, this is totally a personal option. I put all of my, each block has a packet, and there is a link under this video for these packets that I found on Amazon. They're pretty great. They make it just super simple. Just a warning, I am ill right now, so I will cough. I am doing my best, but just a warning. So put up with me on that a little bit. But in each packet, what I do, if you saw the fabric cut video, and I can add a link to that here, I think it goes there. So in that fabric prep video, I share that I add my batting and all of the embellishments for that block. So any embellishments that are to sew on after, like the hand sewn on items or the glued on items or anything like that, those don't go. I keep that in the last packet. But for the ones that we'll actually use during the block, so like leather and felt and fusible, what is it called? The Flexifoam. Anything like that, I put in that packet. So let's go ahead and start talking about what we're going to do on this first block. So the first block, hopefully you got your ice cream because you have to have ice cream during this project. It's required. So the one that I got, I have to show you this. Excuse me. This is called Fat Boy and it's sugar cookie. And oh my gosh, it's much better than I expected. So pretty yummy stuff. So anyway, let's talk about today's block. So the first block is called Never Settle, and the items that we need, so the background fabric is a silky solid in a minty bluish, kind of matches my shirt now that I'm looking at it. So on this one, we're going to start with it at 8.5 by 8.5. So our main fabric, you want to absolutely make sure to back this with fusible stabilizer. It will help ward off puckers. Excuse me. So like I said, it's a silky solid, it's a minty blue color, and we're going to start with it at 8.5 by 8.5 backed with fusible stabilizer. So that's our main fabric. And then for ice cream 1, sorry about that. All right, so ice cream 1 is a pink silky solid. It is basic pink. Think like bubblegum or Pepto-Bismol. So it is a pretty much my favorite color. I'm sure you know that. But anyway, pink. And I did back all of my fabrics with fusible stabilizer. The only ones that you wouldn't want to do is anything that's going to be chenilled. And these don't. There was nothing in this project that was not chenille, so I backed all of them. Excuse me. So on this one, ice cream one, it is that light pink, and we're going to start with it at 3x3. And like I said, I did back it with fusible stabilizer. So 3x3 for the first ice cream one, and ice cream two is a white cream silky solid in 3x3. Again, I did back it with fusible stabilizer. And then we're going to use Flexifoam on this. So it does come in your embellishment pack. You can also get it from our sponsor if you want to use it in more projects. It's pretty handy to have on hand. So on the Flexifoam, we're going to use 2 pieces, and they are 4 with those ice cream scoops. So these are also going to be 3x3 Flexifoam. And one thing is I want to point out, so some people use their Scan and Cut or Cameo Silhouette, anything like that as a cutting machine for their fabric. Go for it. That's fine. They have SVG files on the CD so that you can use that for cutting. My suggestion would not be to do the ones on the Flexifoam, because you don't want it. You want to have this cut afterward. I would trim it. This is my personal preference, and I actually don't use my I don't have a Scan and Cut, but I've got a Silhouette machine, and I did used to use that for cutting my fabrics. And it, like I said, it's a personal choice, but if it's going to include Flexifoam, sorry, if it's going to include Flexifoam, I would not pre-cut these other than the 3x3, because it will need a little bit of room, and the SVGs might already allow for that. I don't know. And so you figure that out, and again, what works for you. But anything that includes Flexifoam, you're going to want it to have it cut just a tiny bit larger, or have it do the tack down and trim. That's what I would do. Personal preference. Okay, and then we're going to use silver embroidery leather. Look at that. Oh boy, I love this. This will be so perfect for the scoops. So this one, we are going to have 5.5 by 5. Sorry, 5.5 by 5 for your embroidery leather. Do not back this with fusible stabilizer. Leave it just as. It's perfect just as it is. And then we are going to use batting, and we are going to quilt. So I am going to quilt all of these in the hoop. If you're doing that way, that's how these tutorials are going to be. So for this one, we're going to use batting that is 7 by 7. And the way I always determine the batting, for all of you newbies that haven't heard this yet, if you look at the end, the final cut size, so it'll have all of the directions, and then at the very bottom, it will say your final cut size. And your final cut size on this project is 6.5 by 6.5, and that will determine your batting. So the batting is always a 1/2 inch larger than your final cut size. So final cut size 6.5 by 6.5, batting 7 by 7. The other way to look at it is your quilting size. So just to confuse it a little bit. So if your final cut size is 6.5 by 6.5, then you always want a quilting design that is a 1/2 inch smaller. So that means that we would use a 6 by 6. And if you did your batting, it's a 1 inch larger than that. So 7 by 7. To me, it's easier to just remember on the final cut size a 1/2 inch larger, but either of those ways will work and come out to the same. So on our like I said, 7 by 7 for your batting. And for our quilting, we are going to use the Food 5 quilting design. It looks like it's swirly. Oh, cute. It's got ice creams on it and swirls. That will be super cute. So on that one, it's Food 5 KDQ091. And like I said, if you purchase the quilting bundle, you can get that from the Kimberbell website, but we appreciate it if you look under this video. There is an affiliate link for our sponsor. So like I said, our sponsor is My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop for this project, and there's a link under this video for their affiliate link, and I'll show you on a screenshot what it does. But you just click on that link, and it will take you to the Kimberbell website so that you can put in 2 scoops and find the quilting bundle. And I am going to use that quilting bundle and everything. And in that quilting bundle is this food 5. And we're going to use 6 by 6. So let's talk about quilting for anyone that is new, if this is one of your first Kimberbell projects. So we'll go over it in very, very detail. But I want to point something out. So after we get through this little chat part where I show you which fabrics and what we're going to do today, after that I will show you in photos, and I will take a photo of each step. But I want to point out that a couple of people have made mistakes in the quilting, in the hoop quilting. So I just want to really point this out to you. So there are 5 steps to the quilting. The first one is the placement stitch for the batting. And the placement stitch is always stitched right on the stabilizer. There's a little square for the stabilizer. For the batting, and we stitch that on the stabilizer. So that is the first step. You will see the little box on your stabilizer, and then you cover it with your batting, all right? And then it does a tack down stitch, and that just tacks down your batting to hold it in place, and then we trim it. So this is really important. You trim it then. I saw that somebody was doing, they put their batting and their fabric down and then tack that down. Don't do that. You're wasting. Kimberbell came up with this great idea of how to not get any batting in our seams, and you're taking away that wonderful thing that they did for us if you're doing it this way. So you really want to follow the directions of the 5 steps, and it's just 5 steps. It's very doable. So like I said, 1 is the placement stitch on the stabilizer, and I will show you a photo when we get to that point. Then you put down your batting and you tack it down. After it's tacked down, you trim it, and that trimming, you trim it close to the stitch line, and that's what's giving us our seam allowance, okay? The third step is the placement stitch of the main fabric. That is on the stabilizer because we've already trimmed away our batting. If we haven't trimmed it away, then that's going to go on here too, and you've lost your 1/4 inch seam allowance. Sorry. So please remember, this is really important. The placement stitch will be on the stabilizer, even the placement stitch for our main fabric, because we've already trimmed this. And again, I will show this in pictures. So after, that's the 3rd step. The 4th step, then we would cover, after we do our placement stitch for our main fabric, we would cover that, our placement stitch, with our main fabric. And then the 4th step is a tack down or a basting stitch on our main fabric. All right, and then we don't trim, we leave it there until we're all done with all of the quilting and the embroidery. And the reason for that is because the stitches can be pulled in, especially if you haven't stabilized all your fabrics. If you've really done a good job of stabilizing all your fabrics, then the stitching won't be pulled in very much at all. If you have it, then you can see that the stitching will pull it in. So again, 4th step, we are going to tack down or do a basting stitch on our main fabric, and we are not going to trim it. And then the 5th step is going to be our quilting design. So it will do the quilting design on our main fabric. And then we will do the embroidery. And again, I'll go over all of this in photos, but this is for Never Settle. So again, if you haven't already purchased your supplies, there is time. We are going to do this at a very comfortable pace, and we'd love to have you join in. It's way more fun to do it together. So contact our sponsor, My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop. And like I said, underneath this video, there are links to each of the items needed. There's a supply list. There's all the information that you need underneath this video. And My Girlfriend's Quilt Shop can get you those items quickly, and we can work on this project together. So there are some people that are finishing up spring showers. I've seen a lot of spring showers in the last week that I was out of town. So great job. You're getting ready for 2 scoops. If you've already trimmed all of your fabrics and gotten everything ready in your little packets, you're all set. If you haven't, there is time. My personal recommendation, I get this question a lot. People ask, I haven't finished my spring showers. I haven't finished my Liberty pillow, which I haven't finished my Liberty pillow yet either. Should I jump into the next one? So I'm big on not having UFOs. So I'm big on finishing projects, but I will get you there. There are tutorials on each step of the project. So my suggestion would be jump into 2 scoops with us, just because it's more fun together. Everyone posts the pictures of their completed block each day, and we're doing it at such a comfortable pace that you have time to go back and finish your other projects. So think about, if we're doing 1 block a day on 2 scoops, you have all the rest of your time, whatever your schedule is like, you can still finish up your other projects. So I'd love to have you join in. It's way more fun with other people, and I want to see pictures of your ice cream. So if you didn't see that on my last video, I'm hoping that you'll all post pictures, not just of your ice cream. I do not want to see a photo of, and I've seen a couple. I don't want a picture of this. I want to see a picture of you with your ice cream. All right. I really want that. So post that in our Cristin Creates Facebook group. What else? All right. So let's go ahead and get started on our block. Okay, as I mentioned, you can merge your quilting design with your embroidery design together using software. You can do them separately. I'm going to show you how to merge them together on your machine if you choose to do that. So it will be similar on all the machines, but not exactly. So I would go to my Pocket, and I've already sent the designs to my machine. See if I can zoom in here. There we go. All right, so here's the quilting design. So I'm going to start with that one. Now I could go ahead and just run that through all the steps of that and then do the embroidery design, or I can merge them together. It doesn't matter. The outcome is exactly the same. I'm going to go ahead and merge them together just because I want to show you something. So here's the design. I'm going to click set. All right, now notice that the design is set up in a way that it can be going any direction, and there are some parts of the design that are sideways, some that are upside down, some that are facing forward. So it doesn't matter at all. But since I already opened this in embroidery software, I did happen to notice that if I rotate it with the design, the embroidery design, I can see more of the quilting. And so I'm going to do that. Like I said, it's totally optional. It doesn't matter at all. But what I would do is I go to this edit button, and mine has a rotate, and I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees to the right. All right, and then that gives me some that are up, some that are down. It's just like before, but when I merged in the embroidery design, you get a little different look based on what is underneath everything. So I'm actually going to do it one more time because I already tested it and found that this worked best with the embroidery design. So this way I have a milkshake up here. I've got different designs in different places, and it's great, but based on the embroidery design that's going to come, you can see more of the quilting this way. So like I said, I merged it to the right twice. So I'm going to go ahead and just click OK. Zoom out so you can see more. All right, and then I'm going to click this add button down here. There we go. All right, add. And then I'm going to find my embroidery design. So mine are here. So here is the ice cream design. And like I said, you don't have to have these together, but I'm going to merge them together, just showing you how to do that if you choose to do that. So I'm going to click set. All right. Now, do you see what I was saying about the quilting design showing with the embroidery design? If the embroidery design covered different parts, then I may want the quilting design oriented a different way. But I happen to already look on embroidery software because I use Embrilliance and I had it open, and so I checked, which way that it looks the best, and this is the way that I prefer it. And again, totally optional, because all of the designs go in different ways anyway. It does not matter. You will get parts of the embroidery design in whatever orientation, but this is the way I've chosen, with moving it to the right, 90-degree angle right, twice. That's how I did it. All right, and so that's all I did to merge it. All I did was bring in the quilting design first. I moved it twice to the right, rotated it twice to the right, and then I brought in the embroidery design, and it merged it to the center exactly, and this is exactly how we want it. So this was a very easy way to do it, and like I said, you can do all of the quilting design first and then bring in the scoops, the never settle for just one scoop design, or you can merge them together, or you can do it on embroidery software and then send it over as one file to your embroidery machine using your USB stick or your Wi-Fi if your machine does that. Any of these options will work fine, and the outcome will be exactly the same. All right, and then I'm just going to click embroider, and we're all good to go. All right, look at how cute that quilting design is. Oh my goodness, love that. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so if you haven't already merged your design with your embroidery design, your quilting design with your embroidery design, then you would open up your embroidery design now. And mine is already merged together, so it's going to jump right into the next step, but you could easily do one and then do the other, and you would do it now because you just finished the 5 steps of the quilting. So next you would start on the embroidery. All right, I want to show you a little tip, and I'm not absolutely sure you'll be able to see it on video, but I am going to try. So you take out all the basting stitches. This is the way I do it. I just use my seam ripper and pull them out. Super easy to do. When you're done with that, you get to the point where there is that little part that doesn't come up. So one thing is, some people like to bypass the step of taking out the basting stitches, and it's really what helps you get your seam allowance. So I highly recommend it, especially for cutting. You'll see why in a minute when I do the cutting, but I find it very helpful to take out the basting stitches, and it's super quick. You don't need to not do that. I would do it. So like I showed, you can see you get all of those basting stitches out, but then you get to that one part where it's like tied down, and that part is hard to take out. I will tell you, if you sit there and try and pick away at it, it'll take a while, but there's a really easy, quick and easy way. And I have never had a problem, but I've always worried that there could be a problem. So I'm just going to tell you this to do it carefully. So what I do is I hold down, here's the stabilizer, sorry I hit the tripod, here's the stabilizer, here's the fabric, and then I just bring my seam cutter, seam ripper, sorry, it's harder to do on camera, but I just bring it right here, and so easy, right? And then you just pull out the stitches. So I've always worried that maybe you could cut a hole in it. So just don't do that. Don't cut a hole in your fabric. I never have, but I've always worried that maybe that could happen. But you saw how easy it is, and I'm just really holding it on the stabilizer. It's already done now, but hopefully that gives you a little tip. So to get that last bit out, because you can see there's extra knotting at the beginning and the end, and so that part is harder to get out, but I've always just done it that way with the quick little between the fabric and the stabilizer, and it works so great. So anyway, give that a try, but be careful, don't rip your fabric. Okay, last tip of the day is to cut your block. So we're going to cut this to 6.5 by 6.5. I really believe in the orange pop rollers. I think that they work magnificently. I really, really, really enjoy them. So here's my big tip. I do it upside down or right side down. I want to be able to see the seam allowance. So we're going to put our pop roller, the 6.5 by 6.5 pop roller, and I like to do it upside down because then I can visually center the 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way around. So once I get that how I want it, then I am going to use my rotary cutter and cut. So one thing is, if you have a rotating mat, that works extremely well too. It's not necessary, but it is a good idea. So I'm just going to turn this a little so I can reach it over the camera. So when you're using the pop rollers, one big tip is they say to, if you are right-handed, to start on the left-hand side of your project. So I just put it right in this channel. There's these little channels here that go down below, and I am going to start by putting my rotary cutter down into that channel, and then I am going to just push my rotary cutter against that side wall of the ruler. So that's the left side. Then I'm going to do the right side, and same thing, I start down in the channel and I push it toward the edge of the ruler. And then the other side, and this is where if you have a rotating mat, it's easy to just turn it, but I'm just going to do it this way so you can see all your options. So like I said, right into that channel, and then push against that ruler, the side of the ruler. The orange pop rollers, I think, make it very, very, very simple personally. And then once you're done, always close your rotary cutter. And my blade isn't new, so there's these little tiny little strings that didn't cut all the way. If I had a new blade, it would not do that. All right, so you can see the finished block and you can see the 1/4 inch seam allowance on all the sides, and it's just perfect and so easy to do. So that's my recommendation. So cut your block to 6.5 by 6.5 and it's completed. And today I made a shirt. I actually made it last week. A few of us have made this one, I believe. I haven't seen enough of them yet. I did a video. In fact, I will add a link. I don't remember. I think it goes here for how to do this. So the design is from So Sweetly, and it says I'm too sweet, but it says it in TWO for like a 2-year-old. And so we changed the wording to say TOO, and we changed the font, and I gave some options on font. And then I added Mylar underneath the ice cream. And that's so cool. It's super sparkly. Excuse me. It's so fun. So I highly recommend that. And there is a video with all the specifics on how to do that. Hey everyone, so I wanted to show you real quick how to find the links under every video. So open up your browser. I'm using Google Chrome. Type in YouTube and then do the search for Cristin Creates. And here is Cristin Creates, and then under every single video. So here is a 2 scoops video. This is the one on fabric prep. So you click on the video, you can see that the video is talking here. And underneath the video, so when you scroll down under the video, right here, it says, there's your blooper. My mother's calling. All right, let's try this again. Here is the video, and like I said, it's under every video. So you can see the title of the video here. This is the fabric prep video, and you just scroll down. So here's the video up here, scroll down underneath the video, and it says Cristin Creates, and then it says click here to see links below the video. So right here where it says show more, click on that show more, and you can see all the links and all the information under the video. It's under every video. There are links, excuse me, on how to purchase the 2 scoops fabric kit, the 2 scoop, there's a full list of supplies, 2 scoops machine embroidery CD, the fabric kit that comes with the backing, excuse me, the Hemingway thread kit. They also have a glide thread kit, but they created this Hemingway one for us, and I'm super excited to give that a try. And then here is the sponsor's affiliate link right here, and that is so that you can purchase items on Kimberbell's website, like quilting designs or items in the vault. So if I click on that, let's go ahead and do that. I click on that link, and it just brings me to Kimberbell, and it doesn't look like it's doing anything in the background. It doesn't say that you're supporting a sponsor or anything, but you are. So once you're there, then you can use the search bar that's right here, or the search icon, and then type in, this is the easiest way that I've found, is I type in 2 scoops, and it will bring up the items associated with 2 scoops. And you can see, sorry, you can see the quilting bundle here, and you can also see the quilt label. So those items you can purchase, and it gives a little credit back to our sponsor. So you just click on that, and I believe it was on sale until, it's still a little bit on sale, so $5 off. And this is the 2 scoops quilting bundle, and I will be using this throughout the project and telling you which quilting designs that I'm using on each block. So that's how to find the links under the video and how to purchase from our sponsor using their affiliate link on the Kimberbell website. Like I said, everything is underneath the video. I hope this helps.